What's up, everybody? It's been a little while since I've done a movie review, and partially because a lot of the stuff that's been releasing on VOD hasn't really been worth talking about, in my opinion. So this past weekend, I actually got to go to another drive-in movie theater, and I got to see Dave Franco's new horror thriller film, The Rental. The Rental is Dave Franco's directorial debut. Obviously, if you guys don't know who he is, brother of James Franco in films such as Fright Night, The Disaster Artist, 21 Jump Street, and the list goes on. They did a little intro lead-in before the movie started, and it was just detailing how he worked on it, and I thought the movie was called The Rental because it was about like a VHS tape or something like that, but it's actually about an Airbnb, and he said it's so easy for us to just book an Airbnb or go stay in a place just because it has good ratings online, fully unknowledgeable about its past and what's going on there, and people just do a lot of things with ease nowadays, even like booking an Uber ride. I went into this pretty unclear about what the movie was about, and I want to leave you guys with the same way. Just the general setup is 4 friends go to stay in this Airbnb, this fantastic looking house with a great view over the weekend. 2 of these friends are actually brothers, one played by Dan Stevens and the other played by Jeremy Allen White. Even when the film starts out, they're going to stay at this house for the weekend. It says no dogs, and they bring their dog, a little French bulldog. I'm just like, I really hope nothing happens to that dog. Like, you know, when they disobey one rule to start the movie, some shit's gonna go down. During this getaway, for obvious reasons, these characters just want to let loose, but as the film progresses, it gets really tense. These characters feel like they're being watched, like just something is off about this place. And if the movie wasn't tense enough, these characters have shady pasts, so not only are they worrying about this weird presence they're sensing, but also the tension between one another. That's all I can really say plot-wise. Alison Brie is in the film as well. She was from Horse Girl and The Disaster Artist. She plays a cute girl, and she's funny. She's got a quirky personality. And that's honestly what I've seen her in before, so nothing crazy from her. Decent performance. Dan Stevens from Legion and, of course, Beauty and the Beast plays Charlie. He just closed a deal. He's doing the whole weekend getaway thing, and I feel like he's more of a risk taker than his wife. He wants to do more things. He wants to be adventurous. Jeremy Allen White, who's probably my favorite character in this movie, he plays Lip from the show Shameless, and in this, he doesn't feel like he's good enough ever. Like, he feels like the girl he's with in the film is way smarter than him, out of his league, and he just constantly feels a sense of unsurety, you know? His girlfriend in the film, played by Sheila Vand, who I'm kind of unfamiliar with. I like her character because she's not one to keep quiet about things. She doesn't mind confrontation, and she shows so many different ranges of emotion in this film that performance-wise, even though I did like Jeremy Allen White, I think she did the best in the film. Acting-wise, that is. Jeremy Allen White's character is just a more likable guy, in my opinion. The soundtrack for the film was very chilling and ominous and made me feel tense a lot of times, and that's the best part about horror movies. You don't have to have a standout soundtrack as long as it just gives you an overall feeling of unsurety and uneasiness. Then the composer did a good job. Now, mind you, Dave Franco wrote, produced, and directed this. For his first go, it's not bad. The only thing that was a little iffy for me was the ending. It's not like there was a huge cliffhanger or like a holy shit, what moment. It's just something where you go, oh, okay. I think this film does hit a little close to home for me, not because I can relate to the situation or anything, but I've done a lot of writing and stuff like that before too, and it's hard to come up with something new, so you have to write a familiar setting or topic that everyone knows about. Something that's very familiar or something that you're comfortable with, and just flipping it upside down completely. That's why the film It Follows, if you guys have ever seen that one, hit so hard for me. In short, I want to keep you guys as unclear as possible about what goes on in this film. The acting was solid. The soundtrack did provide an unsettling tone to the film. And these are the movies that really stand out to people where you don't have to have a crazily high budget like $200 million, $150 million, even $75 million for a low budget horror film. You don't need crazy CGI or anything like that. You can have it 2 actors, 4 actors, 6 actors, as long as it's just really contained and you don't need to go to all these ridiculously crazy locations. You can pull off a solid horror film, and that's what this did for me. Guys, go to the drive-in theater to see this if there's one near you. Buy it on demand. I know in some situations streaming services and movies can get expensive, but in this situation here, come on, we gotta do our best. The movie industry is going down because of all of our big theater chains that are closed, like Regal, Cinemark, AMC. So how do we expect movie companies to make more money if people are just going to end up pirating films? Dave Franco definitely deserves the money for this one, and whenever this comes out on Blu-ray, I'm definitely going to pick it up. This movie was a double feature. I saw The Big Ugly after this film, and that movie was ugly. It's not worth talking about. So, out of those two, definitely The Rental is my favorite, despite its somewhat lackluster ending. So for me, I give it a 7 out of 10.